This is a poem by Dick Laurie, and it's called Forgiving Our Fathers. How do we forgive our fathers? Maybe in a dream. Do we forgive our fathers for leaving us too often or forever when we were little? Maybe for scaring us with unexpected rage or making us nervous because there never seemed to be any rage there at all. Do we forgive our fathers for marrying or not marrying our mothers? For divorcing or not divorcing our mothers? And shall we forgive them for their excesses of warmth or coldness? Shall we forgive them for pushing or leaning, for shutting doors, for speaking through walls, or never speaking, or never being silent? Do we forgive our fathers in our age, or in theirs, or in their deaths, saying it to them, or not saying it? And if we forgive our fathers, what is left? Forgiving Our Fathers by Dick Laurie. Hoka hey, BOOZHOO! And welcome back to BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Sweetie. It sure is! Ladies and gentlemen, Natasha. BOOZHOO, everybody! How you doing? BOOZHOO, Sheila! Oh, hey, BOOZHOO, Sheila. Welcome back to the show. And BOOZHOO, Daniel Black. Daniel's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Daniel! BOOZHOO crew is filing in. Oh, that's a heavy poem, huh? I know. It's from that last scene in Smoke Signals. Forgiving our fathers. Hikes. I don't want to talk about that today. It's too heavy, too depressing. But I do love that poem. I know. But you only love it because it's so real, you know? Yeah. I mean, everybody has issues with their parents. You saw your own parents have issues with their parents? You know? How do we forgive our fathers for being there or not being there? For marrying our mothers or not marrying our mothers? For divorcing our mothers or not, you know? You can't win. So, Brandy Marie is here. BOOZHOO, Brandy Marie. And Jim Dunn is here. BOOZHOO, Jim. Oh, it must be Monday. It must be Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad. That's not it. Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad. It is the day after prayer day. Huh, sweetie? Because prayer day, we call Sunday prayer day. Yeah, that's right. So Monday naturally would just be the day after prayer day. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why it's so hard for the BOOZHOO crew to get this through their thick skulls. What are you doing? Huh? Why are you chewing out the BOOZHOO crew? I don't know. I think it's funny. Don't be like that. They're nice. I'm watching you. The day is called Ishwaa Anami'E-Giizhigad. It's the day after prayer. Don't come at me with that. Hey, it's prayer day. Sometimes, I don't know. I don't get to be angry enough. You want to be angry more often? No, I don't want to be angry, I guess. But, like when I used to drive more often, you get to swear once in a while. Hey, you idiot! It's called a turn signal, But when we're just chilling by the fire and, sipping coffee with the BOOZHOO crew, there's not much call for it, I guess is all I'm saying. Sometimes it's good to get your endorphins moving with some rage. You idiot! What are some of those old insults? Sunday driver? Yeah, steady on. I got feelings. Daniel Black says he has feelings. Oh, really? I thought he was, like Data. An android? Yeah, no emotions. I know, we all assumed Daniel was like an artificial intelligence. Naturally. We assumed he was like the Tin Man. No heart. Is that what the Tin Man is? Is he artificial intelligence? Yeah, he was built. He was a tin machine. And, it was sort of remnants of that cyberpunk history of America that nobody wants us to talk about. There was a time where they had robots that were built, and they looked just like the Tin Machine in The Wizard of Oz. And they could communicate with people. They were highly intelligent, just like the Tin Man. But they had no emotions. They had no heart. That's what that story is really about. How the Tin Man, he had no emotions. He was just a big old oil drum. And he would rust out, and he'd have to, And he's probably gay. And he wore eyeshadow. I don't know. It's not easy to be a Tin Man. Man, I say in quotes. I don't know. What was that movie about? The Wizard of Oz? I think it was about how you should... You remember that speech at the end where Dorothy was like... Oh, yeah. The Scarecrow's like, what have you learned, Dorothy? Yeah, and she goes, well, I learned if I ever go looking for my heart's content, I don't need to look any farther than my backyard. Because if it's not there, I never lost it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if your heart's content isn't right out your back window, give up. Remain complacent. Have no goals. And because if you do leave the black and white world of the farm, you will probably end up on a crazy adventure with steampunk robots and talking lions and dancing scarecrows. If any of you children watching right now don't know what I'm talking about, your parents have neglected you. If you are old enough to watch this show, but you've never seen The Wizard of Oz, I hate to tell you this, but there's a good chance your parents don't love you. Every kid needs to see Wizard of Oz. It's timeless. It's the greatest movie ever. Somewhere over the rainbow. Do you really think it's child abuse not to show them The Wizard of Oz? No. Jungle Book, maybe. Make sure your kids see the Jungle Book, too. I have a lot of strong opinions about how to raise your children right. I don't want to be one of those fathers that has to be forgiven. You know, if your dad never showed you The Wizard of Oz or The Jungle Book, you need to forgive him. You know, how do you forgive him? Maybe in a dream. Sheila says, "You're so wrong." What? Downer Black says, "Hey, sock, quit hazing me." I think I just got called a sock puppet. How dare you? Do I look like Greta Thunberg to you? How dare you? The earth is on fire. Read your history books. The whole countries will be underwater by the year 2000. That was actually like a news prediction in the 80s. Global warming would lead to New York being underwater. Daniel says, Miley loves The Wizard of Oz. You're a good dad. That's a good dad, shows his kid the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, every kid still does. I mean, like my grandparents watched that movie. You know, that music is undeniable. Judy Garland. I mean, you can have your Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus and whatever child actors Disney's pulled out since. I'll take Judy Garland. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. There's Jessica Waboos just popping in to say hello. Crew, I can't stay and watch today, but I'll catch up later. Brandy Marie says, have a beautiful day, Jessica. Daniel Black says, hey, Jessica. And that's as far as I got. Have a good day, Jess. That's beautiful, sweetie. Well, thank you so much. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Is that true? Yeah, it's totally true. Above the rainbow, there's bluebirds. How could you possibly know that? Well, it's a conspiracy theory of mine. I believe the government is trying to cover the existence of bluebirds over rainbows. You know, you're right. When's the last time you saw a mainstream news story on bluebirds and rainbows? Never. Huh. You might be onto something there, sweetie. I know I am. Yeah. What doesn't the government want you to know about bluebirds and rainbows? Somewhere. Actually, there is a conspiracy behind rainbows. Really? Yeah. Do you know you can't make a rainbow indoors? Is that right? Yeah, I think so. You have to be outside to make a rainbow. And rainbows are shaped like a dome. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Rainbows are shaped like a dome. You can't make them indoors. They have to be outside to work. I mean, you can make rainbow colors and whatever with a hose or something. But you have to be outside to make a curve like that. The sun has to be involved. And the dome. And so part of the conspiracy is that's kind of a little experiment to prove the existence of a firmament. And then the other conspiracy is, yeah, that's also a pretty major Christian symbol. One of the most popular stories that Christianity has is the Noah story, the great flood, and how the rainbow is a sign from God himself, from the Great Spirit, that he's not going to flood us out again. And so, what do you have? Fast forward a few thousand years, and here we are, gay pride. Oh, the rainbow, unity. Gay pride. I was like, yeah, thanks a lot. That was supposed to be the Noah pride. Rainbow's supposed to be pride and surviving the flood or something. But no, now it's pride and being gay. Oh, I'm so proud. Well, really, what'd you do? I became gay. Oh. Well, I hand it to you. That can't be easy. Maybe you should have pride. Are you proud to be straight? No. Why not? I got nothing but shame. You know, because I'm an American. I can't be proud of being straight. I didn't do anything to be proud. You can't take pride in something that that wasn't hard to achieve. Pride needs to come with, I did this thing and it was really difficult. And I had to exert some discipline. I had to master something. You can be proud that you're a good guitar player or something. Because that takes a long time. Sacrifice. But it's the same thing with native pride, frankly. Everyone's walking around, I got native pride. Oh, I'm so proud that I happened to accidentally be born native. And I'm proud to be an American. Yeah, okay. Why? Because your mom happened to have you in America? Oh, good for you. What did you do? Convince her to be born in America too? Oh, I'm so proud to be an American. I wrote the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, that was me. If you wrote the Declaration of Independence, you can be proud. I'll even let you be proud if you're actually a veteran of war, real war. You can't just, I was in the service for 4 years. I guarded a poppy field in Afghanistan. No, you can't be proud of being American then either. But if you were shot at and, you sacrificed your life to go serve your country, then you can be proud to be an American. You don't get to be proud to be an American just because you're in the Olympics or something. Caitlyn Jenner was in the Olympics, all right? Let's all just calm down. A little too much pride. In the Anishinaabe way, we value Dabadain Diziwin, humility. You should have gay humility. So, I'm the gayest guy in the world, but you'd never guess. I'm very humble about it. People try to compliment me. Oh, you're so gay. Good for you. Thank you for being gay. No. I take no pride in this. I'm just doing my job. Yeah. Unless somebody's going to thank you for it, you have no right to be proud. Thank you for being an American. You're welcome. Well, I'm proud to be an American. Because at least I know I'm free. At least I know I live in a home of the brave and a land of the free. We're so brave, we make our children wear masks so we don't get the COVID. So brave, so free, that if you allow a complete stranger with no credentials that can be verified to inject something into your bloodstream twice, and you're free to also wear a mask after that. So you don't spread it, I guess, to people who aren't afraid. So you don't spread it to children who can't seem to get it. I don't know. Well, I'm so proud. It's like voting. Wearing that little sticker. Oh, I voted. Look at me. I'm so proud. I chose somebody to vote for. I got in my little car and I drove down to I go down to the armory for some reason. And, I filled in a little bubble that said whatever. And I voted. So proud. Look at me. I'm going to make a TikTok video dancing. We're the front line heroes. That's the other one. Calling yourself a hero. Is it like Teacher Appreciation Day or something? You know, it might be. I think I saw something like that. I think they have like one every couple of months. But like TikTok and social media is huge. Oh, you know what it is? It goes back to that, what do they call it? Where the movie stars give themselves trophies. The Academy Awards or the Oscars or whatever. Yeah. Whichever one just happened in somebody's living room. Hold on a sec. You're not really professional until you use a cough button. Yeah, that was good. I had no idea. And anyway, so yeah, the Academy Awards, being proud of being like an actor. Oh, it was so hard. I had to sit in a chair as a bunch of people fussed over me to put makeup on. And I happened to be, really good looking. And a person with a card and words on it. And I learned how to read, so I could read this card called a cue card. I didn't even have to memorize my lines. It's not like a play. I was in a movie. I was on a green screen set. And anyway, taking pride in something dumb, like being in a movie. Nobody can seem to see past the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nonsense either. Paul Stanley did. Yeah, he did, didn't he? He called it the Hall of the Farce or whatever. Whenever a rock star is introduced now, they always say, and up next, Grammy Award-winning Hall of Fame inductee, blah, blah, blah. Like that's an achievement. You know, you happen to be in the public eye for 30 years. So now a group of whoever says, oh, you're part of this club we call the Hall of Fame. You should be proud because we are going to give you this little trophy. Here's a trophy. Oh, did I just play in a sport? Did I beat something? Did I compete somehow? Nope. You're in the Hall of Fame. You're famous. We're going to give you a big celebration. And all these celebrities are going to come out. It'll be like a Lifetime Achievement Award. Come on up here, Ace Frehley. Get your trophy. You used to be in a band that was really popular. Now you're obese. And probably have diabetes. And a whole laundry list of STDs. Be proud. What am I talking about? I don't know. Are you going to get around to the gibberish cartoon? Yeah, I suppose. Would you guys like to see a gibberish cartoon? Oh, this is really cool. Hey, Weesonny's here. Bonjour, Weesonny. And Missy's here. Bonjour, Missy. Okay. Where's my gibberish cartoon? I thought I had a new one. I was so proud of it, too. Michael, are you proud of your cartoons? Yeah, kind of. So, what do we have here today? Oh, it looks like there's a ma'ingan and a little puppy on a moons. Some of you might be thinking, no, that's Anamosh, dog. Yeah, this comes from the book Dog and Ma'ingan. And in that book, he calls himself Dog, Anamosh. But for today's purposes, let's call this, Ijinakazo Anamoons. Anamoons, puppy. Ijinakazo Anamoons. And Anamoons says, Eya. Anamoons, Nindijanakaz. Anamoons, Nindijanakaz. And I'm standing right in front of it. Nindijanakaz. Sometimes you'll hear me say, Hoa, NANABOOZHOO Nindijanakaz. Niman Waindam, Ji'ayan Omanungum. NANABOOZHOO is my name. I'm happy to be here today. Ijinakazo. This is. So like I could say, Ijinakazo, Natasha. This is Natasha. BOOZHOO. You know? So this is kind of how you introduce somebody. Ijinakazo, Natasha. Ikaton BOOZHOO, any emotion. Say hello, my sweetheart. Hello, my sweetheart. Yeah. All right. I don't know. Okay. Now let us reflect on this cartoon by adding another cartoon behind it. Background cartoon. Actually, let's get rid of this. You know what's funny about this book? What? Dog and Mangan by Michael Lyons. Click the link to Amazon. They go for a walk and count to 10. But in the course of counting to 10, it goes from winter to spring to summer back to fall. The whole book just a whole year, but it takes them a whole year to count to 10. I don't know, man. I don't think they should take too much pride in that. They wasted a whole year. Ijinakazo. This is Anamoon's puppy. Anamosh, dog. Eya, yes. Gawin, no. Nindijinakaz is my name. Gidijinakaz is your name. It's all in the gi and the ni. Me, you, gi, ni. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. La, 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 la. Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad. So this is the story of how Ishwaa got its Anami'E-Giizhigad. Back in the days of the Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad used to day after prayer day, Monday. And so this is why Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad, day after prayer day, Monday. You know, if nobody was ever listening, I could just get away with a certain inflection and say nothing, but people would think I was teaching. When I was a teacher, there was a lot of posing, if I'm being honest. Was there really? Yeah, you got to look like a teacher. My first teaching job, I made the kids call me Mister. All the other teachers are being called by their first name, but I was like, no. And I told the Indian kids, I want these other white teachers to respect me. And if they say you guys calling me Mister and being respectful, they'll think I'm doing a good job. And if you do this for me, I'll bring in cookies. So they did it. Yeah, I would just bribe kids to behave, give them money, cigarettes, anything. Daniel Black says, I'm still going to wear my native pride hat just because. Yeah, you do that, Daniel. Because why not? And I will also, Daniel, Missy Charnley. Missy's got the native pride. I know. She's a radical. Yep. Missy wants to be in the American Indian movement. She's going to take on a man. She's going to fight the patriarchy. Yep. She's a woman warrior. She runs with the wolves. She does. Did you ever read that book? Actually, I did. It's silly. I know. Missy says, or Daniel says, Missy, it's a personal thing. I won't be told by a sock what to do. How dare you, Daniel? Wisani, Mino kick shape crew. Hey, Wisani, welcome back to the show. Daniel's bullying me. I'm getting bullied by Daniel Black. I'm getting bullied by a black. That sounds more racist than it is. Yeah, it's just his last name. That's one thing I can say about the blacks. You better be careful. What do you mean? Daniel Black. Today, I would like to talk about racism and undoing racism and diversity. I would like to talk about multiculturalism and deconstructionism, critical race theory. My name is NANABOOZHOO, and I am the diversity officer here. And if you go to college, every college is going to have a diversity officer. Some person of color has to be, except white, will have a job to help fight back against the racism, which is everywhere in the college halls. College professors, PhDs, some of them, dedicated their lives in the last, 20 years into research and writing and fighting, whatever. But still, these guys can't, on their own, end the racism which is in the colleges. They don't know what to do with the students of color. They go, I don't know, man. I am a white professor with tenure, and and a PhD in classical literature, Spanish, whatever, history. But there's no way that without the help of a diversity officer can we offer a first-rate education in you name whatever college. Everyone has one. It's just the weirdest thing. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like the colleges, the most liberal places on earth. The whole, sure, in the old days, you kind of learned a trade or something that would apply to a job. But now if you go to college, if you study, you study history and literature and politics, there's a lot. Every day will be discussion on race and culture and different people, all that. The most informed place in the world. But in the midst of all their rhetoric about what a racist world is, they had to call themselves racist. This country is so racist. Even us. Ivy League college. We're so racist. We don't even understand the students of color. We need somebody, one of their people, to translate us to them to us. So, I don't know. I say this because I used to have a job like that. I had a couple of jobs where I was like the person of color in a college to help the poor, Native kids somehow succeed. And they never needed me at all, of course. But I had an office and, a salary to assist. To sometimes give trainings to PhDs, Native American culture. There's no way that they could have known anything about the Native Americans they went to school with and grew up around. No, our cultures are too different. It's not like we're speaking different languages anymore, you guys. Diversity officers are kind of like, remember in boarding schools where the guy, he'd come into the village and like one of those planes that could land on the lake, and he'd have some peppermint sticks or something, and he'd go up to the little kids, hey kids, come out here, check out my plane. And then he'd kidnap the kids, and old grandma would come running out of the woods, no, don't take my babies to boarding school. And the evil Indian agent guy, he'd speak the language of the Indians, but he worked for the white government, abducting the children. I sort of feel like those guys in the new age got jobs at colleges, in admissions. Oh, maybe we can go to the reservation. That was another job I had once. I was just there to recruit Native American kids. I would only go to the reservation schools all through North Dakota and South Dakota, Wisconsin, Minnesota, even Montana. I was all the way out to Polson, Flathead, and they would just sort of defer to my knowledge of the people. It's like, well, we would send one of our own admissions counselors into the reservation, but we need like a Sherpa, some sort of guide, some kind of Pocahontas, some kind of what's his name? Squanto. I was like Squanto. I could speak the language of the white college professors and the language of the Native American, which luckily was English by the 2000s. So, I don't know. I wonder if my bosses thought I was going out there and just like laying down Ojibwe with all the community people. Hey, BOOZHOO! Won't you come to Concordia College? See what's going on down here. Sorry, I broke up your tower, mate. Oh, wait. Racism lives on college campuses. It's nurtured and cultivated in academia. Yeah, they just won't let it go. I mean, sorta. They create it themselves, by treating people of different cultural backgrounds with kid gloves. I think that's sort of racist. I don't know. Assuming that's going to be a problem. And then the Asian kids come in and just, crush. Oh, here, let's help you. Poor Asian student all the way from Vietnam. Barely speaks English and comes and gets straight A's. Is popular. Yeah. I mean, Asians are starting to get pushed out of the college definition of a minority. I don't think they use that term anymore. They don't say minority? I don't know. I get the impression that minorities now, I don't know. But like they were talking in Harvard, they're kind of stuck because, not only are there just so many qualified Asian students who get, who apply early and have all this great academics and everything, that they're afraid they won't have a diverse population if they just allow in based on merit. It would just all be white people and Asians. And they're like, doggone it. It's okay if we discriminate against white people, but, how can we justify not letting the freshman class be 100%, Chinese? Sorry, I broke up your tower, mate. Oh, the tower. A-L. Jim's trying to pick up from our troll yesterday. Oh, wait. What's he saying? I love you all. Giizhigad, Jim. We love you too. Only racists think in terms of race. That's exactly right, Lisa. Also, the preoccupation with being white, or that somebody else's race, wanting to honor my race constantly. If it's always the first thing they want to talk about, Love Trump's Trump. Trump's Trump. You gotta love, love Trump's Trump. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's Trump. Trump hates love. Love hates Trump. Trump hates love. Trump's love hate. Loves hate. You could really switch those words around any way you like. Romans did the same to the European tribes they encountered on their end of the world. Alexander the Great re-educated the people they conquered also. Yeah, re-educate. Boy, education, as I've gotten older too, is really... I mean, what's the difference between education and indoctrination? You know, they're not just giving you facts. There's always been an agenda. When I was a kid, that agenda was sort of tilted on the patriotic side. You know, you read about the heroes of American history. And it was these approved heroes of certain... Whoever in power said, yeah, you can like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Lewis and Clark, Columbus, whoever. And these are the books you can read. You know, these are the ones, not these ones. You know. The publishers are behind it. These are the proved textbooks. You know, these are the proved science books. Science really got away with, you know, sliding in theory with actual scientific practice. I don't know. Because there's science. What does water boil at? You know, what is the periodic table of the elements? How does grass grow? What is photosynthesis? You know, there's real science there. But the theory of the Big Bang theory isn't science. It's just theory. It's a hypothesis. But education, part of it is to indoctrinate children to think scientists are smarter than me. And if they have a theory, it's probably even better than something I would come up with. Because look at this. It's Einstein. He's a genius. A genius like Mozart. And Michelangelo. I used to think that the real term genius applied to like scientists, and that they kind of let it go to people like Mozart and Michelangelo. You know, but that they weren't really geniuses. But now I think just the opposite. You can be born, not even born, but maybe blessed with such incredible talent and inspired content in your art that it's called being a genius. You know, somehow the statue of David was sculpted. Genius. That guy could, in his lifetime, carve the statue of David. But Einstein coming up with an excuse for why gravity makes no sense and why the Big Bang makes no sense, isn't a genius. You know, he's just indoctrinating the people. Don't question science. They're geniuses. They understand the math we've been teaching you for an hour a day. Oh yeah, this goes back to my teacher's day. You know, so taking pride. Part of your education is all about, these are the things you should be proud of, you know. And it changes based on politics. I don't know if they're teaching pride in America anymore. But when I was a kid, we're supposed to be proud of Columbus discovering America, of the Declaration of Independence, of World War II. Vietnam was still too fresh. That's how old I am. I don't think they were teaching much about Vietnam. But now, you know, do they teach about pride and freeing the slaves, in abolishing slavery? I somehow get the impression that that's not the angle. More, be ashamed that there were ever slaves in the first place. The only difference... Recently says, the only difference between education and indoctrination. Spelling. Yeah, no kidding. Spelling. I've heard it said, like spelling is a spell. You know, it's like a magic spell or a wizard spell. like hypnotism or a trick, an illusion, spelling. We're all being put under a spell to revere certain people like Einstein. You don't even know why. You go, oh yeah, that guy was a genius. And if they just don't teach Nikola Tesla, then you can't revere him. A guy who probably was a genius. Where you go, how did he have so many great inventions compared to Einstein, who had no inventions? Tesla. They covered up what his mind was all about. But teachers want a big pat on the back. Oh, it's the hardest job ever. Did you know I have to work 7 hours a day for 9 months and get paid better than people who work 12 months out of the year and have like hard jobs? Give me a special teacher's day. If you can read this, thank a teacher. It's like, no, teachers didn't teach me how to read. I taught myself how to read. My mother read to me as a child before I went into school. It wasn't like I showed up at school going, what are these strange symbols on the wall? Oh, these are called letters. They represent sounds, like in words. So we're going to teach you which each individual letter sound, It's like, don't give yourself too much credit. Firekeeper's daughters. Not every elder is a cultural teacher. Yeah, no kidding. Maria. Oh, BOOZHOO Maria, welcome to the show. And not all cultural teachers are elders. Yeah, that's true. It's okay to listen to what people say and only hold on to the parts that resonate with you. Yeah, I really think we need to learn from each other. That Gitche Manadu speaks through other people. And sometimes that other person might be someone younger than you. It's okay to leave the rest behind. Trust yourself to know the difference. Yeah, no kidding. Chikendaman ono. To know the difference. Chikendaman ono. Oh. Marie's laying down some heavy truth at the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. I'm being kind of aggressive, aren't I? No, you're fine. I don't know. I don't think I had enough coffee yet. Oh, you know what it was? Oh, geez, I felt so guilty last night, you guys. I stayed up later than usual for some reason. And Bagheera, Maria, if you don't know, I have a big black cat named Bagheera, named after the Black Panther in Jungle Book. With Mowgli, huh, sweetie? That's right. And so I was working on something on the computer there, and Bagheera, it's my own fault. I've trained him to know when we go to bed, because I always go to bed at the same time. He's gotten used to getting fed almost every time he sees me, so he's always wanting to hang out with me because I feed him too much. But anyway, last night it was like past our usual bedtime, and he's at the door, crying like, "Come on, it's time to go to bed. You always feed me a little bit, and then we go to bed." And he's a creature of habit, and I wasn't, I was trying to ignore him. And then I would go to the door and I'd be like, "Get out of here." And he'd run away for a second and he'd come right back, start crying. And so I got the squirt bottle. I never squirt him. But he came to the door and I whipped it open. I squirted him in the face and he ran away, came right back. And only this time, when I opened the door, he runs right in. And sometimes I don't like him being in here because there's a lot of, electronic stuff. And he likes to attack certain things which hang on mic stands and have wigs. And I'm like, "Would you get out of here?" And I'm chasing him around, trying to squirt him. And it was just mean to him, And he finally ran out. And then the guilt set in. I was like, "Ugh, he doesn't understand. He has no idea why." He's untrainable, number one. I almost never yell at him. So when I raise my voice, and I sing all the time, so he doesn't know yelling from me singing. So sometimes he'll jump up on something. I'll be like, "Hey, get down." Nothing. He thinks I'm SATURDAY. I mean, whatever. He just thinks I'm singing because I sing out loud so much or sneeze real loud. You know, he doesn't pay any attention. But I felt just guilty. So when I finally left, he was sitting in his chair. He quit bugging me at the door. And I picked him up and I held him in my arms. And he curled up in a ball. Just a tight little ball. And, you know, it's not the first time we've slept like this together, but I think I went straight to bed and just laid down with a ball of black cat in my arms. And we slept like that most of the night. Cats can't sleep for 7 hours, you know. They can only sleep for like 2 or 3 hours. But it was so sweet and cute, and I think he forgave me because he was purring. He didn't seem to hold a grudge. And stuff like that. But then, of course, he's awake at 2 a.m. And now I'm still trying to make up for being cruel. So I get up with him, feed him again, like he needs more calories at 2 a.m. And play and cuddle some more. And I don't know, my sleep schedule's all off. Because that darn cat, yep, looks like we'll have to take him back to the pound. We're not taking Bagheera back to the pound. We'll get a dog. No way. You want to go to the res and just pick up one of those free dogs that roam? I would if I wasn't afraid. Yeah. Okay. Wow, they had a good potluck after church yesterday. No kidding, huh? Went to church at the old Mocha church in Cass Lake yesterday. Me and cousin Tommy and Cindy did the special music. Cindy's my cousin too, I guess. They're both of the same generation. I call Tommy my cousin and Cindy my auntie. But they're both my dad's cousins. So whatever that makes them. It's weird, you know, sometimes in Indian communities, you know, you'll have people that you call auntie who are your cousins or not even related. And cousins who are your friends. Friends who are, you'll call people brothers who are just friends. It's like we're not really real strict. No, not so much. Yeah. So, you want to get up here and say hello to the BOOZHOO crew? Sure. All right, you guys. I'm gonna mahjong for a second. For the latecomers, I'm gonna play that poem again from the beginning of the show. And this is a poem. If you ever saw the movie Smoke Signals, this is the final poem that Thomas reads, and it's called "Forgiving Our Fathers." And where did I put it? Oh, here it is. This is a poem by Dick Laurie, and it's called "Forgiving Our Fathers." How do we forgive our fathers? Maybe in a dream. Do we forgive our fathers for leaving us too often or forever when we were little? Maybe for scaring us with unexpected rage or making us nervous because there never seemed to be any rage there at all. Do we forgive our fathers for marrying or not marrying our mothers? For divorcing or not divorcing our mothers? And shall we forgive them for their excesses of warmth or coldness? Shall we forgive them for pushing or leaning, for shutting doors, for speaking through walls, or never speaking, or never being silent? Do we forgive our fathers in our age, or in theirs, or in their deaths, saying it to them, or not saying it? And if we forgive our fathers, what is left? Forgiving Our Fathers by Dick Laurie. Oh, thanks. That's a really heavy poem, huh, sweetie? It sure is. Forgiving Our Fathers. Oh, poor old Thomas. No, it was Victor who wrote. No, it was Thomas who read that. Yeah. Hey, Victor. Weesony says, hey, Victor. Brandy Marie. BOOZHOO, Brandy Marie. Welcome back to the show. Jim Dunn says, let's see him sometime. See who? La la la. Hoka hey. Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad. Day after prayer day. It's a Monday. So what are we going to do today, sweetie? Today is bill paying day. All right. We still haven't paid rent or anything. Yeah. So today is the day we gotta balance the checkbook and, send out some bills. Yeah. How are we sitting in that department? Oh, we're fine. It's crazy. I really think that, it's the BOOZHOO crew and Patreons and book sales. But, so it's a miigwech to the viewers for supporting us in all the different ways you do. Whether it's, being on the Patreon webpage, buying books, actually sending a, check to the house. We really appreciate you guys. But sometimes I just go, you know what? I think GOFUNDME is just paying our bills. Every month, somehow. Yeah, all the bills get taken care of. All the groceries, everything we need. Just enough. With just enough left over not to feel nervous. And, we just get to do this. So really, miigwech so much, you guys. And miigwech GOFUNDME for taking care of us one more month. Oh, it's all right, my daughter. Yeah, I really, I appreciate it. I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck and to have to decide between paying a bill or buying food. And, I don't know. Miigwech. Oh, I like to help out anywhere I can, me love. Okay. GOFUNDME, you guys. All right. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. I just wanted to pop in and say, BOOZHOO crew. And, yeah. Anything else? No, it's good. You just want to tell them to come back tomorrow? Yeah, okay. So, hope you have a great Monday, BOOZHOO crew. I hope that, today, at some point, you just stop and reflect and go, this is really, something totally worked out for me. Whatever that thing was, or maybe it's a bunch of things, but just for a moment, I wish for you to have a moment, not a moment of clarity, but a moment of gratitude. A moment of, miigwech GOFUNDME. Miigwech GOFUNDME EDW. No, miigwech GOFUNDME, some gratitude. I don't know what I'm saying. I guess that's what I say. Have a great Ishwaa, Anami'E-Giizhigad. And we'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Northern Minnesota time. If you're anywhere in the Mississippi River time zone, 8 o'clock. And miigwech GOFUNDME. Thank you for watching. BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, Neeman Waindum, Omanungum. BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, Neeman Waindum, Omanungum. Yeah. I will see you again. Gigawabamin, Minowa. All right. Hey, nicely done there, sweetie. Oh, thanks. Wow. I just love that guitar riff right there. I know, it slays. Yeah, it slays. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-dum. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-dum.